Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In the last lecture, we studied about the history of English literature, which was included history of English literature as Anglo-Saxon. In the today's lecture, we will study history of English literature of Anglo-Norman, which is also known as Middle English period, Dark Age, Medieval period also. This period starts with the 1066 and up to 1500 AD. This period is divided into three ages: medieval period, early middle age, later middle age. Age of Chaucer is also in this age. In the Anglo-Norman period or Middle English period, and today's lecture we will study the development of English language, type of literature produced during this English Anglo-Norman period, important English writer and their work. This is our today's outline of our lecture. First of all, we see when the Anglo-Norman invaded England at 1066. This was very important date for the history of English people and English language. And the Battle of Hastings, the King Harold was defeated by William Conqueror. The William Conqueror was the man of Normandy. Before England, they defeated France. Before France, defeating of France, they were the rebel, cruel personnel of. They lived in sea, and they were the cruel and rebel personnel. Came to France. From there, they married with the French woman and learned the language of French. Became civilized, sophisticated, and brilliant people. When they learned this civilization, they became brilliant. But they did not one thing, that was fight. They remained fighter all the time. When in 1066 they came to English people, England, at the place of North England, they fought with bravery and defeated the King Harold. In 1066, they imposed, when they completely invaded and ruled the English, they imposed their language, French language, on Anglo-Saxon period. On Anglo-Saxon people, which were at that time, which were there, lived. When the Anglo-Norman came here in England, they brought with them soldiers, traders, artists, scholars. Scholar mean they revived the knowledge of English language. They revived the English literature and knowledge. Chronicler also came with them. Chronicler are the person who tell the historical event in order of their occurrences. मतलब जैसे वो हिस्ट्री में जो कोई भी वाक़यात हुए थे उनको तरतीब वाइज वो लिखते हैं, chronicler वो होते हैं. And a minstrel are the person who perform song while going here and there. जैसे पाकिस्तान में जो मुख्तलिफ जगहों पे लोग जाते हैं, अपना काम परफॉर्म करते हैं और पैसे लेते हैं, इस तरह आप इनको minstrel को कह सकते हैं singer. Like this, a rich tradition was brought by the Anglo-Norman to the English people. If we see the development of language at that time, from 1066 to 1200, and before Anglo-Norman, there was the Old English. At that time, there was the influence of Bible, because Christianity was there at that time. So people were speaking at that time Latin and Old English. When Anglo-Norman invaded it, the official language became French, because the elite class was speaking French. So the official language became French. Religious people were speaking Latin, and the old and common people who were living there, who were the original liver of there, they were speaking Old English. Old English absorbed sophistication, refinement from French, like poetic meter, tetrameter, pentameter, hexameter. All these things are brought to the English from French. Next we see there were different types of literary work which was written in Anglo-Norman period. First we see romances. Romances are famous due to their stories, not poetic work. These are written in poetic form, but they are famous for their stories. How stories? The stories of elite classes, their love to the woman, love to other things. These stories are informed about these romances. Artistic form which was borrowed from Latin. The literary work which in the literary work, artistic form is borrowed from Latin and French. The story which include at that time of romances were King Arthur story, The Way of Troy, the Alexander the Great, जिसको हम सिकंदर आज़म भी कहते हैं उर्दू ज़बान में. ये these were the story which were written about the romances. Next we see very important figure, very important literary work which was written in English were the miracle play and morality play. Themes of these morality and miracle play was influenced by religious thinking. When we see the stories of these miracle and morality play, these are influenced by the religious people, religious thinking. First we discuss about miracle play. Miracle play, these are written like biblical story, mean they are derived from the Bible, in which divine stories are narrated. Sacred history, like creation of man, how man was created by Allah, then the fall of man from paradise to earth, then life of Christ, day of judgment. These stories are narrated in the miracle plays. Next we see morality play. Morality mean these are the plays in which two forces are shown. One is good force and the other one is bad force. These forces compete each other. At the end, good forces win and bad forces are defeated. So this is the morality play. Good forces were encouraged in these dramas, in these plays. Bad forces were discouraged. So these are the morality plays. Written in the form, these morality plays are written in the form of allegory. What is allegory? Allegory is a figure of speech in which this is a literary device in which character, place and events are used to deliver a broader message about real world issues and occurrences. मसलन जो रियल में चीज़ें होती हैं उनको, क्योंकि हर जगह तो बोलने की आज़ादी नहीं होती, हर कोई अपने लीडर के ख़िलाफ़, अपने मुल्क के ख़िलाफ़, किसी जो एलीट क्लास होती है उसके ख़िलाफ़ नहीं बोल सकते, तो वो उसको जो है ना एलिगरी फॉर्म में लिख देते हैं. बताते कुछ हैं, जैसे गुलिवर ट्रैवल इज़ रिटन बाय जोनाथन स्विफ्ट, जिसमें बोने होते हैं वो दिखाए जाते हैं, जिसमें एलीट क्लास को बहुत बड़ी दिखाया जाता है और बोने जो है ना वो बेचारे कर रहे होते हैं. This is the form of allegory. This was Gulliver Travel was written by Jonathan Swift in the form of allegory. Next, अगर हम next writer देखते हैं तो that is William Langland in 1332. He was a poet, an author. His famous work is Avian of Piers the Plowman. He has discussed the character of prophets, like in the उसके काम में जो है ना सारा पोइटिक में जो है ना प्रॉफिट कैसे आता है, वो नेक चीज़ें लोगों को बताता है. बट हिज स्टाइल इज सैटायरिक. सैटायर जो है ना उसने की हुई है मुआशरे के ऊपर, जिसमें मुआशरे की बुराइयाँ, अच्छाइयाँ नहीं बताई जाती, ज़्यादा बुराइयाँ, स्टुपिडिटी बताई जाती हैं, जो कि एलिगरी का इस्तेमाल करके बताया जाता है. लेकिन इसकी सैटायरिक जो है, सैटायरिक भी दो किस्म की होती है. एक क्रोसिव स्टाइल होती है. क्रोसिव स्टाइल मतलब बहुत सख्त तनकीद होती है. ये कॉमिक स्टाइल, दिस इज़ लिटिल बिट लेस दैन कोरोसिव स्टाइल. लेकिन इस विलियम लैंगलैंड की एक बात यह है कि ही वाज बिलीवर ऑफ अ फ्यूडल सिस्टम, मीन ही बिलीव दैट द सिस्टम ऑफ विलेज इज़ गुड. जिसमें फ्यूडल होता है और उसकी राय होती है, वो कहता है इससे जो है ना